Nate, do you take Tamika to be your gender-neutral spouse from now until your game ends?
I do.
We just really wanted to celebrate making it to Sunday.
Yes.
Yes.
We're all very hyped about it.
During the wedding, we discussed we want to keep this guy.
Yeah.
So we're here tomorrow
And Tamika,
on the Lord's Day.
And there's a beautiful. Tamika's kind of held up right now by the bonds
Tamika is a
of
beautiful girl.
eternal.
If she was here, she'd be popping off.
Yeah, damnation works too.
Tamika, do you take Nate to be your non-legally binding, gender-neutral spouse?
Wait, who's the officiant?
Jenna.
Jenna.
Oh,
The one who wanted to get married.
The woman that said, "Oh, if we can please let me."
All set up on him.
This man said, fuck that.
Oh, it was you? Oh, I'm really. Thank you.
You are married! Yay! Oh my god.
By a vote of 0 to 0 to 4. Ewok, you have been saved. You remain in Big Brother house. I'm sorry, Jen and Nate, you've been evicted from Big Brother house.
We all collectively decide to save Ewok, and it ends up being a 4-0-0 vote, so everybody votes to keep Ewok. So Jenna and Nate walk out the door, and at this point it is final 6.
I feel amazing about that. Are you kidding me? I mean, I didn't think I would be here, right? I didn't think I would be here. I shouldn't be here, right? Like, I got voted out. So to be sitting here top 6 is unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Hey guys.
I made it this far. I'm in top 6. I feel fantastic. I mean, no matter what, I think I'm proud of myself for making it this far without winning HOH or POV. But my social game was on point, and I hope y'all see that.
Pretty much every game I played live or online, I've never made it past like mid-game. I've always been like early jury or right at jury. And this is the first game I've ever made it past that point, which means I'm doing something I've never done before here. And so I'm kind of wading into new waters. I had my perfect throw Matt. Matt would go out at final 6, Jack would go out at final 5, Ewok would go out in final 4, final 3 with me, Sabrina, and Tamika. And I probably, if I have the choice to, I would cut Sabrina at 3 and go with Tamika. I don't think Tamika's gonna do anything for my game though, so I don't know if I can. I know I need to get those 3 guys out though for me to win.
So we're about to do the next HOH. Obviously, Matt can't play, and so that's to our advantage, of course, because at this point he's still the target. Because we know that whoever he sits with at final 2 more likely is going to win because he's been playing great at comps and he's been pretty good with social game as well, and so that's definitely a threat.
Hello, house guests.
As I'm sure you well know, the BBCOL7 resort is famous for its bustling nightlife. And while I'm never one to begrudge someone a cocktail or two, it seems you've had quite the drunken evening at our discotheque. And after a few drinks, it's time for you to break the seal. So get ready to race as you play in this week's Head of Household competition, Discotheque Dash. Each player will be provided an identical maze of the BBCOL7 discotheque dance floor. You will be guiding your avatar through the dance floor from the bartender to the restroom. However, you may only move your avatar when you are facing the backside, which is blank, without looking at the maze on the front. You may stop moving your avatar to glance at the dance floor maze, but you may not move your avatar while viewing the maze on the front side. The player with the fastest time from bar to bathroom will be named the new head of household. So try not to stumble as you make your way through the crowd, or you might have an embarrassing accident. House guests, it's time to play Discotheque Dash.
So I see this maze, I'm a little unsure how I'm gonna do. I guess I'm generally decent with mazes, but don't have that much experience. I have more experience going to the bathroom in a club whenever I need to go, so hopefully that came in handy in the Discotheque Dash. So I'm first out with Sabrina.
You may start in 3, 2, 1, go.
The next HOH competition is a magnet maze, and so on the front of the magnet maze, there's the actual popsicle stick maze you have to get through. On the back, it's blank, and so you have to run in the front, study the maze, go to the back, and then move your magnet where you think that pattern is.
I started out the competition kind of taking a little bit of an estimate where to go. Because I think if you run into the popsicle sticks, it'll stop and then you'll know to go a different way, but that's not the case. If you hit a popsicle stick, pretty much half the time, you're falling down. So I restart. I started going for like the kind of the constant peak strategy. Move it, I peek around, see what direction I need to go in for about how long, go back, go that far, peek again, and just keep that going. I think I do well, but I don't know if I did that well. Sabrina's doing horrible, so when I finish, I offer to help her out because I know she's not going to beat me, so I might as well be a nice guy and make her feel good. Keep going, a little faster, And stop, now up. And now make a left, and you're done. Yeah, you're done. Wait, you can just move it all the way out. Yeah.
How did you do that so fast?
I don't know, I just like kept peeking.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
You may start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Gosh, I'm watching her do this maze, this magnet maze, and she's just like dropping it over and over again. She's still going and she's dropping it like 3 more times, and also she's like still holding the thing and trying to move and like still like she's not even following the instructions for the competition, but it doesn't matter because she's so bad at it. Who cares if she's cheating?
Alright, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm just hoping to make it through tonight. I think, there was a period of time today where I was thinking, like, I can't imagine being here so late and doing this all day long. But now that I'm here and I'm on the cusp of making it till Sunday, I want it.
I would like to announce the placements.
Don't do that.
I'll announce the top 3. In third place, with a time of 3:38, was Nathan. Congratulations. 55 total reward points. In second place, with a time of 2:58, was Ewok. Congratulations. And in first place in our next head of household with a time of 2 minutes 38 seconds was Jack.
You won your cause.
Back for the first 2. Holy crap, won my first HOH. I'm done throwing, my foot's on the gas. We're ready to play, so I got the HOH, which is huge because it lets me not only work that night, but I can carry that over to this morning, where I have the whole night as HOH, and potentially that'll give me a little more time to do some work.
Alright, so to conclude this evening, we are going to open up the shop to everyone except for the HOH. Other than that, you're fucking done for the
Hello, welcome back to the BBCOL7 prize counter.
Thanks, Julie.
Would you like to know your
Yeah,
total?
what's my balance?
75 points.
Shit, girl, no. Okay, 75 points. I'm gonna take this backdoor badge then.
Okay. And the you?
Need my badge?
Yes.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Hi, Tamika.
This is what's available.
I ain't fucking with y'all. See, that's what I'm talking about. They came in here and got it again, huh?
They 75 reward points.
Oh, still?
Yeah.
What the fuck? So the back door?
Not here.
Bitches got it. Okay, who is it? Fuck it. Spin something.
So, who would you like tomorrow
To wear the goggles? Let's have Matthew do it.
Okay. Alright. We will give them.
So I think just having the VIP casino pass sounds like fun. So I'm gonna go. I'll buy the VIP casino pass just so I buy something. Can I keep the pass like as a souvenir?
I want to go as far as possible with you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down for like a final 2.
Yeah.
I'll shake them out.
Jack went HOH. I was like, ooh, okay. So now the first 5, one of us has to go because Jack won. So one of us have to go, which is I'm kind of bummed about it, but it's kind of like a blessing in disguise because then I wouldn't have to be like, oh shit, I got to put this person up. But we already knew, like, when it came down to the final 5 that we was going to have to put each other up.
Alright, I'm down for that. So, my dilemma right now is I want to take Matt out because he's a threat, but I'm worried if he goes and I can't play HOH next week, that if one of them 3 wins, then us 2 are going up. And that's my biggest worry. So as HOH, I have a tough decision because we're down to the final 6, and all 6 of us have kind of been working together pretty well. And what the house has been pushing for and what I've been looking to do is to get Matt out. Obviously, he's been winning a lot of challenges. He's a nice guy. My worry is that if I take him out now, next round, I can't win HOH. I'm worried I'm the biggest threat left, and I'm worried that Sabrina, Nathan, and Ewok are tight. And obviously, Tamika's not going to win the HOH, so I'm worried they're putting me and Tamika up and voting my ass out. So you think I should do Matt this week?
I mean, he is the biggest threat.
Yeah. I'm just worried that those 3 are tight and then I would have to win.
At first, I was like, oh, Matt is cool. He's winning all these comps. I like it. We cool. And that kind of, when he put me up, that kind of threw that out the window. So I have to regroup. And so talking to Jack, it was like, okay, if I have to ditch the 5, I would just go ahead and go with him and try to push it with him and go to the final 2. Always go with your first instinct, because if you deflect on that, then something that happened and then it fucks it all up. So always go with your first gut. I always say, go with your first gut, and I need to take my own advice. Sometimes I don't even go with my first gut, and it always go wrong. And I should have went with the first gut that I had. So whatever your gut tells you to do, I say do it, you never fail.
I make the rounds, have the chats. I kind of went back and forth because I know Sabrina and Ewok are close, and I'm worried about how close Nathan is to them, and I'm worried if they perceive me as a big threat. So kind of went back and forth.
So houseguests. Only 3 keys in there. Oh no. I'm having cake for breakfast.
Houseguests, this is the nomination ceremony. One of my duties as head of household is to nominate 2 houseguests for eviction. I will begin by pulling the first key. That person is safe. The next person will pull the next key, and so on and so forth until all the keys have been pulled. The 2 houseguests without their keys have been nominated for eviction. The first person safe is Sabrina.
Thank you.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, next person safe is Tamika.
Thank you. Next person safe is Ewok.
Matt and Nathan, I have nominated you for eviction. I'm confident you guys will play it out hard in the veto. Best of luck to both of you. We're getting down to the wire here in terms of numbers, and I really like both of you guys, and I like this whole group, so it's just a tough decision, and I gave it a lot of thought, so.
I kind of expected it. I think that it could have been last week with the double eviction, so I'm glad that I still made it to Sunday, but I'm not done fighting. I still got some friends, and I hope that I can pull that together. I know he didn't want to put me on the block. I know that he wanted to bang out together. Might have been a lie, might not have been, but if I can make it through this week, I think there's a really solid chance I can make it to the end, because I think that that's just the way that I'll be able to play.
Well, the 2 nominees, please join me up front. We'll be picking players for veto company. We're all playing.
Yeah!
I decided I need to put Matt on the block. I like the dude, it could bite me in the ass next round, but I'd rather put myself this late in the game as what I feel is like maybe the biggest threat and put it on myself to win and get myself out of that situation, rather than keep him and have that come back to bite me in the ass and just have him win challenges. And there's not much I can do about it, so that's the main factor in that decision.
Jack decides to nominate Matt and Nathan. That worries me a little bit because, again, Nathan's my ride or die at this moment, and so I don't want him to go. Of course, I know the house is leaning towards Matt again, but I'm nervous because who knows what this POV is going to be like, and we know that Matt is great at competitions, and so I'm a little bit nervous because if he wins and comes off the block, I'm not totally sure who Jack wants to put up.
me and Matt are on the block now, so I don't know how this could ever happen, but so if Matt happens to win this veto, I do have a plan. My plan is to throw Sabrina under the bus, because Ewok has the backdoor power, and so he can't be renobbed. I think if Tamika went up against me, I would go home. And so my goal at that point is to cement a final 2 with Matt, because at this point, no deal is too sacred for me to stay in, like, for me to sacrifice my game. I'm going to cut anybody. Like, I love Sabrina. I'd love to go towards the end with her. But if I'm looking like I'm gonna go out, I might have to throw her under the bus.
Hello, house guests, and welcome to your Week 9 veto competition. This competition is called a Dicey Situation. Here's how it works. You'll be called into the game room one at a time. When it's your turn, you will roll 6 dice blocks. You'll assign each dice to one of the 6 veto players, giving them the number of points that the dice roll. Once everybody is gone, each player will have 6 dice values, which will be added together to form their final score. But be warned, anybody with over 21 points will bust and will be out of the competition. The player who gets closest to 21 without going over will win the golden power of veto. So who's ready to play a Dicey Situation?
POV is kind of a game of luck. We each have to roll 6 dice, and we have to put one of our dice values on each person, including ourselves. So I roll pretty high. I want to say I had maybe 2 4s, 2 5s, and 2 6s. I put lower numbers on myself and Nathan, and then I put lower numbers on Tamika and Jack, because if Tamika wins the veto, I think she'll keep noms the same, and then definitely if Jack wins the veto, he's going to keep noms the same. So that was my next strategy there. I put higher numbers on Ewok and Matt, of course Matt because I want him to bust, and Ewok only because it was kind of process of elimination at that point.
My strategy with this competition, I know that most people are going to be gunning for Matt. I know that he got the beer goggles put on him, and so it's already obvious that somebody's trying to handicap him. My strategy is, unfortunately, along the lines of the house. I'm targeting people who are the biggest threats, both socially and in competitions. So I load up Matt. And then I just got 4s and 5s from there. I had one single one, so the one I put on myself, obviously, because I didn't want to go over. And then everybody else, I just kind of divvied it out. I did give an extra one to Sabrina, because I think that of everybody here, she's playing the best social game.
It's 5 because I don't want her winning. I'm going to give Matt a 5 because I don't want him winning it. I'm going to give Tamika 4 because I would like her to win, and a 3 and a 4 is the best average number to give people. I'm going to give myself a 2 because they might not want me to have a lot of power again. I'm going to give him a 5. I don't want Nathan winning either.
This is honestly best case scenario for whenever I got goggles. Not gonna lie. Roll this. So it's a 1, I believe. Looks like a 1. I'm gonna put that. That's my name. Because I know I'm gonna be getting a lot of points in this. Sweet, so I've got, I think I have to push Nathan close to the bus since he's a nominee, so I'm gonna give him a 30. I think Jack might pull me off the block. I think Sabrina might pull me off the block. I think Tamika might also be better. Okay.
Good.
Think I'm all good?
Alright, houseguests. Time to reveal your scores. With a total of 30 points in busting, sorry Matt, you did not win the golden power of Veto. With our next highest total of 27 points, Tamika, I'm sorry, you also busted. Jack, sorry you busted with 26. Sabrina, I'm sorry, you busted with 22.
Ooh, so close.
And Nate, I'm sorry, you busted with 22.
Dang it.
And Ewok, you received 20 points exactly.
Wow.
So that means, congratulations, Ewok, you won
Then I hear, with 30 points, I'm like, 30, that sounds like a number I would have gotten. And I bust immediately, highest number by far. I mean, it's pretty clear to me that this is probably my week to go. I kind of expected it. I think that it could have been last week with the double eviction, so I'm glad that I still made it to Sunday, but I'm not done fighting. I still got some friends, and I hope that I can pull that together to get me some places, but I definitely had no faith in my ability to win that POV.
In this competition, I was the only one who didn't bust. So I'm pretty happy about that. People weren't loading me up too much, which continues to tell me that I'm not as big of a threat as I used to be in this game. Or am I?
I'm happy the POV's in Ewok's hands because he was definitely advocating for Matt to go. Ewok so far has shown me nothing but honesty and loyalty, and that's been great, but I often worry about he's just like a good talker and such a nice guy, and he seems to be in a good spot with everyone that I worry about, like, oh, is he just kind of hyping me up? But he's lived up to what he said every single time, so he says he's not going to use it. I'm excited. The map plan's going to go through, hopefully.
So, what's up MTV? Just bought a VIP casino pass, and so now we're gonna gamble because I have a serious problem. So I brought the head of household because bribery is a fantastic form of showing endearment. I also brought my good friend Sabrina here, and we're gonna hopefully not lose a shit ton of money.
Matt buys the casino VIP pass, and he chooses to take me and Jack. I believe he's using this as a way to kind of get in our good graces a little bit and kind of campaign a little bit to keep himself, because he knows at this point that more than likely he's going to be staying on the block.
16. 17. 20. Alright, so at least get times 2. Oh, you definitely does it times 2. 26.
Alright.
Yeah, so we're coming up here. Thanks. But just barely, it's around 9. So I think there's no. Oh, no, I guess I can throw a couple big numbers. But let's see what we can do. Alright, we're at 11. So it doesn't really matter. So I'm keeping my money. That's all it is. Which is more confident.
Matt keeps his 10 that he originally won. Jack doubled his money. They both play the dice game. And I already played the dice game, and so I'm kind of looking for a different game to play. Also, the next round is the last time we can even go into the shop, and so I'm thinking I'm just gonna throw it all out there. Why not? Okay. I'm gonna go for all on red. Ooh. Okay. So spin and drop it. I end up betting 50 points extra from my total, and so I play roulette and I end up doubling my money. So if I do not win HOH next round, I'm definitely going to buy something, and I'm really excited because I believe that at this point I have the highest amount of points, and I may be the only one who can actually buy something left, so we'll see.
course, I would appreciate you using it on me. I'm at least don't use it at all, because I think Matt will go.
I won the competition, and immediately everyone wants to talk. Everybody wants to talk at this point, and the first person to pull me aside is Nathan. And Nathan is basically saying that, of course, he wants to be off the block, but he also agrees that not taking or not using the veto would be best for my game, and I think I agree with him.
People were talking about speculating whether or not Jackson was running competitions.
He definitely was. You think? Oh, okay. So in majority of rules, he was writing his own name repeatedly.
Yeah.
You know, which means he wasn't going to get. Is anybody off and he wasn't going to win? The second one, I definitely. I mean, the spelling competition with the. We know how good at beer pong he is. He's a frat guy. How do I beat a frat guy at beer pong? He spelled a 4-letter word. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and I know that he threw the cigarette digging contest to Jenna because they were whispering about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been throwing this whole time.
And now he's not.
And now he's stepping up, and you see how good he is now.
I do.
It's threatening.
Jack is a shady motherfucker. I know he's been throwing competitions this whole game. During the majority rules competition, he was writing his own name over and over again, knowing that he wouldn't have to piss anybody off and that he wouldn't win. He spelled a 4-letter word for the spelling competition. How did I beat a frat bro at a beer pong competition? Like...
What's up, buddy? Thank you so much.
So,
give me the pitch.
What's that? I mean, the biggest thing is just that, you know I've been riding with you, and you know that of everybody you've been on.
Yeah.
And I know that it's easy for me to say that to anybody that's under fire, but I've always been with you, and I've always been with you.
Yeah. I talked to Matt quite a bit, and he expressed a lot of desire to be pulled off of the block this week. Matt he's a smart guy. He's not dumb. And ever since he put Tamika up early on, he's been a wanted man, unfortunately. It surprised everybody that he did that, and then he also put me on the block. And not only did he put me on the block, he put me up during a double eviction. So there was a 66% chance that I was going home. And for someone who keeps telling me that I'm their ride or die and I am their number one, that doesn't send me good vibes.
And I understand that using the veto does put this part of a target on your back. But I think that if you were to use it to save me, I think that you, me, and then honestly anybody that we get will just bang out the three of us. If I can make it through this week, I think there's a really solid chance I can make it to the end, because I think that that's just the way that I'll be able to play. But this was always going to be, from the beginning of the game, this was the one week where I knew I had to cash in on social capital.
Hello everyone. This is the veto meeting. Nathan and Matt have been nominated for eviction, but I hold the power to veto one of those nominations. At this time, both nominees may tell me why I should use the power to veto on you. Matt, you go first.
I know that you and we've all worked together for the last 3 days. I feel like we've gotten really close. I've worked very closely with you throughout pretty much every single vote. And I hope that loyalty can pay off here. I definitely don't want to be sitting on this block. I understand someone has to be, but if I could be not on this, I'd be very happy. And I'd be very much indebted to you. But at the same time, don't blow up your game just to save me. So.
Same thing as you said. We've been playing this game pretty much all in the same direction this whole way, and I'd really appreciate it if you use it. I understand it.
Okay, at this time, they have chosen not to use the power of veto. This adjourns our veto meeting.
I feel a lot better than if Matt was taken off the block. So he seems to be the consensus threat. All 3 voters have assured me their vote. So unless they're lying, which it's Big Brother, I think I'll be okay. It doesn't really make sense logically to get rid of me either over him. So, and like from where all their positions are. So I think I'm gonna be okay. I'll be bamboozled if I get voted out. I will just be so flabbergasted, and I'll probably start shooting shots at that point, because wow, that would be crazy.
So the biggest thing for me is I know that I've hurt Tamika, who's a voter. Sabrina, I think, is pretty chill, and Ewok's been my bro. So I think the biggest thing that I can do is hopefully pull Tamika back. She said that she's ride or die with me. She said that she wouldn't vote for me. I think the votes will tell a lot, and I think Ewok might be somebody I can at least pull to not vote for me. But at the end of the day, I know I'm a threat. I would be shocked if this vote isn't a 3-0 to get rid of me, honestly. It sucks that that's probably how it's going to go. I'm not trying to be defeatist by any means, but it's just one of those realities of I've played a very open game, and I don't think there's a lot of people that think that their games publicly stack up to mine. So I'm in a really tough spot. I'm not going to stop fighting. I'm going to talk to all three of the people that can vote.
Matt is super strong. He came out blazing, and that's a good person to try to get behind, to try to hide behind in the first 2-3 weeks. And that was good. But now it's time for you to go, because you winning all these comps. Now it gives somebody else a chance to win. I'm leaning towards like probably voting him out because he's a competition beast, and I want to give myself a chance to at least try to win one. Because I think I'm the only one out of everybody haven't won the competition yet. But that's okay. That's why I got this mouth to try to help me.
And we've all worked together. It's not like it's spiteful or anything.
No, it's not.
No, we literally stayed.
All work together from this point until now. Somebody has to go. And he's the bigger threat. I mean, it gives us a chance to win.
Yeah.
An HOH.
Yeah, exactly.
And a PO.
It's true though, because it's really like cool.
It gives us a chance.
Yeah.
So it's sad to say, but that's how I go.
Yeah, no, you're good, don't worry.
So when they go races, like just in this house we stand.
Yeah. Part of the interruption, house guests, but it is week 9 in the Big Brother house, and you know, I'm a sassy gay, but I'll be honest, I really like this cast. I'll be sad to see one of you go, but that's what we gotta do. So, on our march to the final 2, it's gonna be the final 5, because this is Big Brother. Alright, shut up, we're on time crunch. We have 2 gentlemen who are in the threat of not being part of the final 5. In just a moment, 3 of you will send to the diary room to cast your votes to evict either Nathan or Matt. Before that happens, you do have one last chance to plead their case to the voters. We'll start with Matt.
We're staying?
Yeah.
In this house we stand.
In this house, we stand! Alright, so I do want to start with, congrats. We've all played great games. We've all played different games too, which is, I think, one of the best parts about this final 6. Nobody's got the same story. I really appreciate that. I know I've had a big target on my back probably since day 1. I understand that, and I know that it's been there. I hope that means that there's a reason to maybe keep me around. I haven't made a ton of friends outside of this group. This is the group that I've wanted to play with the whole time. I hope that there's a way that I can get you guys to maybe keep me around, keep rolling with me, but either way, it's been a hell of a ride, and I wish you guys all the best.
It's been a blast this whole weekend. Why you should vote to keep me? I think I'm less of a threat. In the terms of the jury, I didn't play with any of the jury except for Trevor. And I'm not as good at competitions. So there's that.
Thank you, Nathan. 3 of you will be voting to evict either Matt or Nathan. We'll start with Sabrina. You're gonna go up to the diagram.
Please cast your vote to evict between Matt and Nathan.
I'm so sorry to vote to evict Matt.
Alright, thank you, Sabrina.
Thanks.
Hi, Tamika.
Hi, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict between Matt and Nathan.
I vote to evict Matt.
Alright, thank you. Your vote to evict between Matt and Nathan.
I vote to evict Matt.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, house guests. Your 9th live vote eviction has been tallied by a vote of 3-0 Matt, you've been evicted from the Big Brother house.
Are you surprised?
No, I was pretty sure this was about where I was gonna go out. I've always played a very competitive, like competition-based game, and I think I definitely did that. I mean, I won at least one POV, at least 3 head of households. So I mean, it's my style of play, and I think I got as far as I could have ever hoped to. I made my strong 5 alliance. We rocked it out for a while, and I mean, we got to the point where we couldn't put anybody else up on the block. Had to be one of us going, and I was very, very confident that I was not going to last farther than that. So the numbers just didn't come down in my way, but I don't have any hard feelings about that. It's how I expected it to go down.
So there were 6 people left in the house. So who was in the 5 person?
So the 5 was myself, Sabrina, Ewok, Tamika, and Nathan. The 5 of us have been working together. It's the only alliance I think that hasn't been outed yet. We've been hanging out, talking the whole time, making sure that none of us were really ever in any danger. The only time that didn't work out was whenever 2 of them were up on the block, but we got Ewok back. So we've been rocking and rolling this whole time. I definitely think that they, not necessarily, I wouldn't want to say owe their game a little bit to me, but I think that I took a lot of the heat for a lot of decisions that we as a group wanted. And I think that, I think that they're going to need to be able to explain some of the things that they've done, because I think a lot of people might have missed the moves that they were making because I was the front man.
You were running you were obviously HOH. You were in.
Right. I was the one that had to make the actual, say the words, make it happen. So I think there was definitely some of that weight on my shoulders. But I mean, they've all played solid games, and I hope that the jury's able to see that. I mean, I can obviously help see that as well. But I mean, it was an absolute blast with all of them. Jack was a close buddy the whole time. There were times where I didn't know whether or not he was going to be on my side.
Yeah, watching you 2 play card counters, that back and forth was really interesting. You seemed like 2 old chess masters who really respect each other.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that guy, he hasn't won challenges yet, despite everybody saying. It's weird how people think that just because you look athletic, it makes you a challenge threat. Because these challenges aren't like go run a mile and the shortest time wins,
Right.
But I mean, he looks like a threat, but he never won anything until he just won the last 2 in a row, except for that he didn't win POV. So he won the last POV and he won this HOH. So I mean, he's definitely stepping up now, and I think that he's definitely. I think I've been a constant threat in almost every challenge.
Yeah, you won week 1, right?
I won week 1. Yeah, I won.
We had opposite storylines.
Yeah, so but this is also this is how I play any game like this. I'm always somebody that's gonna go hard. I'm gonna go loud, and that's just that's the style that I play. Nothing else really suits me that well, but
Okay, so change gear a little bit, just for lighthearted fun. You were in the house for a very long time, so you've done a lot of stuff. You've won a lot of comps. You played a lot of comps.
Right.
What was your favorite thing?
The magnet challenge or the chip challenge with Jack going toe to toe.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the biggest flex I could have done. I'm the kind of person that you could tell me something, and if you ask me about it 30 seconds later, I won't even know you were talking. My brain does not remember short term well at all. But that challenge, just constantly repeating numbers in my head, keeping the shapes in my head, and being able to bang that out, that's the kind of challenge that I fold on in any competition. The memory challenges are never my thing, and to win one of those was just, I think all my wins were almost always memory, which feels so weird for somebody like me. That's never the challenges that I'm good at, but whenever I came through on that, it just felt so fantastic.
thank you so much for playing. We really appreciate it that you came all the way down and did so well. Very impressive. And let's do our handshake. Welcome to Jury.
Thank you so much. It's been an absolute blast. This game is great. Highly recommend anybody out there. Check it out. It's such a fun game. I mean, being able to play it in person is just a whole nother experience than online. So it's been an absolute blast.